All right, good evening. It's about 6:02, and we're going to start the policy board meeting. The call to order, we do have a quorum. And next on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone from the public wishes to speak? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. And now we're off to the approval of the minutes. They've been distributed in your package. And so appreciate any changes or corrections and or motion to approve.
Move to approve. Second.
It's been moved in second. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Approval of the minutes. Thank you very much. Now we're on to the committee reports. First up, Citizens Advisory Committee.
Good to see you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Christian Biltzo for the Citizens Advisory Committee. Had our meeting last Thursday, had a quorum. I think the only thing we voted on was the Metropolitan Transportation Plan update, the 2025-2055, unanimous recommendation of approval. Otherwise, we continue to appreciate Jing and Jackie's work and Bill's work on especially the public input on the transportation plan. So, it's a pretty simple meeting.
All right, any questions? All right, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Excuse me, Chairman. Blinko is trying to get in. He hasn't been let in.
Oh, and the
So I don't know what has to be done.
we don't have the Zoom connected.
Oh, we did not have a link.
Maybe I could do it on the phone if he wants
We
to try
we
that.
could,
Okay.
I'm calling him on speaker.
Okay, I'll have him call me and then.
Okay.
Right, put him on
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
But then they
Appreciate
can't text and say all these things.
that. Ties you up for the whole meeting, doesn't it?
I'll wait to message you then.
my apologies, we
That's all right.
didn't have a link this time.
We'll take a very quick pause until we get Steve on.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's all right. He'll be.
Well, I know he wants to hear the finance report. He always.
Yeah,
enjoys
so,
that
yeah, I'm
report.
sure. Go ahead.
That's right. So we were just gonna talk about that big grant you got, Bill. I don't know, yeah.
That big grant for Star City that we just got,
Yeah, that's
right?
right.
Yeah, okay.
Ron Justice and I are both in this room.
Okay.
Oh, they're on
So
the
someone
Zoom.
needs to do Ron Justice, I guess, on the
I
other
can-
side.
I'll
Okay.
We'll
I'll
do
call Ron.
Stereo
Okay, they're
cell
gonna call
phones.
Ron. I'm keeping your phone up. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, they're gonna call you because
He's screaming out the window.
they'll play it through to you, I guess.
Yes.
What? I don't know, Steve's still laid up or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got Ron.
Yeah.
I'm calling him now.
Okay, he's fine. He can hear me.
Hello, Ron.
Yes, sir.
We've got you, everybody's listening, so if you want to give your speech now, go ahead. No,
Hey, I'm short and sweet. Thank you for getting me in.
okay, thanks, Ron.
All right, I believe we have all but one person
By the
here,
speaker.
so fantastic. Yeah, that's right, that's right. They're over too. All right, so next on the agenda is the finance report. Mayor Lewis.
All right, thank you. I did want to make one note. Our beginning balance in August, there's a 20-cent difference from our ending balance in July. And it was just a keying error. So the beginning balance for August is $77,154.66. We had one deposit of $2,948.76. 25 disbursements during August, totaling $43,676.92 for an ending balance of $36,426.50 to carry into September. During September, we had two deposits totaling $30,781.68, 17 disbursements totaling $29,028.85, leaving us a balance in September of $38,179.33 to carry us over into October. We had four deposits in October totaling $40,365.51, 19 disbursements totaling $29,056.32, and that left us a balance at the end of October of $49,488.52.
Excellent. Any questions on the finance report?
I would like to comment that what happens with those multiple set errors is I catch them when I reconcile the bank account. And sometimes some transactions haven't been reconciled, so they show up, and then when I reconcile the bank account, I catch it, and that's why those balances show up differently. It's just, as the mayor said, it's a keying error.
Move to approve the finance report as presented. Second.
It's been moved and second to approve the finance report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Approved, like sign? Or disapproved? All right, passed. Accepted the finance report. Now for the executive director's report. Mr. Austin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's been a busy 3 months, really, since we've seen you. The policy board hasn't met since August. The Harmony Grove has submitted the project. The IJR has been submitted to the Federal Highway Administration for that project. They had some very minor questions at the last meeting I had, which are being reconciled. And we just got a notice that the IJR for Harmony Grove has been approved by Federal Highway Administration. That literally,
All right.
that literally just came over on
Just got
Dr.
a text.
Rogers' phone.
Just got a text from Glenn.
So, they anticipate that the NEPA process will be ongoing in the spring. So that is moving forward quickly. The Exit 155 modification project is also moving forward. We're having meetings with that. The county's developer and folks are working diligently and coordinating with Division of Highways on that, and good progress is being made there. It's obviously not nearly as far along as Harmony Grove. Also, I just got a notification today that the bids have come in and they've found a qualified bidder for the temporary signals at Exit 155. So they should be signing that contract shortly, and the construction should be ongoing in the summer. So there was the Greenbag Road Design Public Meeting on Tuesday night. There were 95 participants. There was a mixed response at like most public meetings. There were folks with concerns. There were also folks who were concerned about the first leg, which has already been done, who were also expressing their concerns. They weren't really germane to the second phase of the project, but the folks who commented on the second phase of the comment expressed legitimate concerns and got their questions asked. We didn't detect any really strong opposition. There were folks with concerns. The project, I think, should keep moving forward. But I think overall it was a successful public meeting. I think that was a good meeting overall. Let's see, our audit is underway and it should be ready for the January meeting of the policy board. We're all there. And on a personal note, I attended my last meeting of the AMPO board for the National AMPO yesterday. And they were very nice and gave me a very nice resolution for that. So that's the executive director's report.
Excellent. Well, great news on the interchange.
Yes.
For sure. And 155, it's great to see good progress in that as well. So super excited about these projects moving forward. So appreciate that, Bill. And speaking of projects, I think we need to talk next about the 2025-2055 Metropolitan Transportation Plan adoption.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The MPO Policy Board has sat through several presentations on the draft MTP update. Particularly, we were informing the Policy Board of the projects that are under consideration, the Transportation Plan update. We didn't feel the need to completely subject the board to the entire process that we've have gone through with it, but I did provide you with a summary in your agenda packet of the items in the plan. The project additions are the downtown microsimulation study recommendations, which include the closure of Glenbuns Island, the realignment of Willie Street to Snyder Street, coordination and optimization of the signal system, including the addition of leading pedestrian intervals at crossings in downtown, various intersection improvements, actions to reduce speed and improve Beechhurst operations, typically referred to in the language is access management, which does mean include the restriction of some left turn movements on Beechhurst Avenue. Then we have the Brookhaven Road improvements, which are a study that was done internally by MPO staff to look at the potential for growth on Brookhaven Road and to identify needed improvements as traffic grows on that roadway in the vicinity of Earl Core Road. Then we have Monongalia County connectivity improvements, which we worked on with the Monongalia County Planning Department. These are more desire lines improvements. The idea of including them in the Metropolitan Transportation Plan update is as those projects the county works with to improve pedestrian connectivity in areas like West Run and that general area. And we do have a map of the projects. The county can work with DOH for those access points so that they can work well together. The county could also seek to transportation funds to augment whatever the developer is doing to create a more connected network there. So including these projects in the Metropolitan Transportation Plan would help non-motorized connectivity throughout the area. It's also an area that's a great interest with the ongoing Greenbelt planning process. In addition to that, the other changes, and the policy board has not seen these recommendations in detail, but I think we've discussed them on some, is changes to the MPO's priority list. And we are, until there's a change in the process throughout the state, we're going to maintain the priority list process where we just have Tier 1 projects rather than having to assign numbers. This is our first priority and so forth. Those changes will be coming along, I understand, with the process that the state's working to implement in the near future. But at this point, we don't see the need to do that. We included the signal timing and optimization project from the downtown study as a Tier 1 project, the Snyder Street realignment and the Grumbines Island crossing as Tier 1 projects. The other projects, which are improving intersections in various locations throughout the downtown area, including Pleasant Street and Don Knotts Boulevard and those projects, we are recommending at this point to be a Tier 3 project. And the reason we did that was we didn't want to too negatively impact the Tier 1 and Tier 2 projects. Staff will be going through an exercise of examining what projects need to be implemented and in what order they need to be implemented to make the Grumbines Island closure work and the other projects in the downtown simulation study work. And so we will be picking out those projects and modeling them individually until we come up with basically a schedule for projects. And then we will either seek to use the MPO suballocated funding to implement those projects, or we will come back to the policy board and recommend an amendment to the tiered project list as we do that work. Those were really the only major changes besides some reshuffling for projects that have already been done that we've proposed related directly to the Metropolitan Transportation Plan update. The other recommendation that we have is to take a Tier 1 project that has been on the MPO's Tier 1 for a long time, the improvement of the intersection of Point Marion Road and Stewartstown Road, that 5-legged intersection there, and make that a suballocated fund project. We have an old cost estimate, I will say that it's old, so it's probably inadequate, of $2.1 million for improving that intersection. We probably will need to change that. But we're recommending, we did a study for you, which we included as a supplemental information of the traffic that's ongoing there. And it is really a failing intersection at this point in the peak and in both peak periods, the morning and afternoon peak period. So we're recommending to use CMAQ, I'm sorry, it's no longer CMAQ, to use carbon reduction funding for the implementation of that project as suballocated funds. So We wanted to include that in the update for the policy board, and if you go ahead and, we can fold the approval of that move into the approval of the transportation plan update, since we're approving a revised priority list. But that was the only recommendation that wasn't directly related to the work that was done with the downtown study or the removal of projects that have already been constructed, those sorts of things. We did also include in this memo a quick summary of the public outreach we've had. So the recommendation from the CAC and the TTAC are to approve the adoption of our new transportation plan. And this is really more of a validation of the existing transportation plan as we had it with the addition of the new projects. We used a lot of the other recommendations there. We did do updated modeling to understand the impact of it. But
I would move that the policy board adopt the draft 2055 Metropolitan Transportation Plan with the changes as discussed.
Is there a second?
And noted.
Second.
There's a second. Any discussion?
Though I have a couple questions about
Yes, sir.
the priority list. So everything on this list is fiscally constrained, right?
yes, that's,
So what is the ceiling for that overall fiscal?
my recollection of it, and that is included in the supplemental info that we sent it, but my recollection on it, Jing, I believe it's $98 million. Is that-
My quick math on what's on this list is 90.2 million.
Yeah, it's in the $90 million range.
So you, and everything that's new on this priority list is the top three?
Yeah,
So that's about 27 million.
Right.
And the ones that you noted that you moved from 1 to 3 is 20 million.
right.
So I was just kind of curious of how that, it wasn't a one-to-one, you had, whatever you moved off, you moved
It
off.
wasn't a one-to-one. We did,
The projects that ended, I guess, would be
the
the
projects have
offset.
ended, right. So, you know, as work has been done within the plan. For example, the work on Beechhurst was in the old priority list.
Okay.
So those projects moved off and we were able to move these on.
So, if I may, you,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, because I'm looking at the single timing optimization.
Yes.
For area 3C. Is that the bridge, Pleasant Street, and
That's the whole signal system for downtown,
the whole thing? So when, because I was looking at it, it said signal 1, so like all of downtown.
all of downtown.
Because I would love to see that Pleasant Street Bridge Don Knotts signal with the pedestrians. Because when people are crossing and they're coming left off the bridge, they can't see the pedestrians crossing. So making that a priority, especially with the concert series
Right.
becoming as successful as it is.
Yeah,
I'm glad, I'm very appreciative to see that.
yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
A couple questions. You sent some materials that the WVU student government had voiced some
Yes, I'm
concern.
sorry, I did leave that off my report.
And I believe that should be a part of it, but I think it's important to read what their concerns were about the closure of Grumbine Island, that if they were going to close, again, I thought it was going to be in these materials. I don't know if we have them anywhere, but I think it's important for you all and the public to hear that, because those are definitely my major concerns, why I can't support this. And the concern being, before you close Grumbine Island, they had like 5 or 6 different issues that you even had to look at. And to just see $9 million to close Grumbine Island even concerns me more, because their concern, as my concern, and I'm really proud of what they said, was there's only a one-time now north-south road. And if you close Grumbine Island, they can see the same problems that I've been voicing my concerns about. So I would like that to be admitted into the report, especially their the recommendations. I think it's a really good idea. And even though I know it's going to pass, I want to really highlight those concerns.
Commissioner Bloom, I read that report and
Okay, look, go ahead, say that again.
I said I agree 100%. 100% with you, and thanks for bringing that up.
Okay, he agrees 100%, yeah.
And I read their report, and
Yeah.
it was kind of like, we're in favor of all this, we just note these concerns.
Yes.
Is that,
That's the way I read it.
Yeah.
And I literally,
It was an actual resolution passed by
It was actually-
Yeah.
by the SGA.
It was excellent, actually, yeah, yeah.
and
it's very thorough.
Yes, it was.
I mean, I think those are all concerns that we all share, right? And should be wary of.
But when I see that as a tier, okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay, Tom.
When I see it as a tier 1 and only 9 million and close Grumbine Island, I think and I'll give a perfect example. I walked home from the football game to downtown, and I didn't realize how many other small roads there are that come from the football stadium all the way down, and they were packed. And I thought, where are all these cars gonna go except down Campus Drive? And there's no possible way. So I felt very backed that when I saw what was going on after the football game, to have all those cars go is just illogical.
well, what I will say is this is the first
Yeah,
step
I
to address
understand.
it. And I literally ran into the city planning director immediately prior to this meeting, and he and I both agreed, and we will certainly bring it in WVU, that there needs to be, and of course, Morgantown Area Partnership, there needs to be a more developed study, not just about the transportation issues, but about what needs to go on with downtown, with land use, with landscape, with all of that. What we've done is shown that it is feasible to do it with our computer modeling, but we don't have a completely stitched together plan that addresses all of those issues.
All right, Brian?
Yep.
If I may, kind of add on to this, and if I'm off on this, please correct me. My biggest concern when it comes to the closure of Grumbine's Island is, with the micro-simulation study and everything else that's going on, I see some of these items that were in that study, like the signal timing, Snyder Street, Grumbine, all in Tier 1, but the improvements along Beechhurst Avenue is in Tier 3.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure sequentially that is, you don't close Grumbine's Island until you get all the other pieces in place, because I can tell you, in just my outside 2 cents worth, you close Grumbine's Island before you get the other parts in place, you are going to have a major problem.
Well, and that's why we also put that $18 million project in Tier 3 so we could do the evaluation and still have the project in it. So we understand that the planning process for actually implementing this is going to go on for a while. And so, I mean, we're not wedded to Tier 1. It would be nice, but from what we've heard from a lot of folks, that it is a priority to get these things done. And
Well, I don't disagree with the priority of it all. I'm just saying that I'm not sure that the order is correct.
yeah,
Especially with the added pressure it's gonna put on there. You're not gonna be able to get the work done at that point.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that, the simulation study has proven that it's worth the next step and taking a look at, and that's when we start really getting into this. And I believe this is the first step of a couple more down the road that we'll have to deal with before there's really a concrete plan and timing and funding identified. So it's great to say that we can at least validate that in the study that it works, and now the journey begins to figure out how to make it work.
yeah. And so these are all valid concerns, and certainly that information from the university would inform the work as we move forward.
Other questions? All right, we have a motion and a second on the table to approve the adoption of the Metropolitan Transportation Plan update. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign?
No,
No.
that was a no.
We have three nays, and so the motion carries.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good, thanks.
All right, next on the agenda is the TIP amendments.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. sure we get there. We received our proposed TIP amendments too late to be advertised in time for this meeting, but we did go ahead and advertise them. So what we are recommending, as we have done in the past, is we're asking that the policy board approve the executive director signing off on these if the public comment period ends and we have not received any negative comments, which is November the 30th. But we've got Morgantown Industrial Park Access Road, which is decreasing funding, which I believe is because they don't need it. It's a good thing. Saberton to Cheat Lake, I-68 resurfacing project, $10 million. And that's actually two projects, one's engineering and one's construction. And the Cheat Road and South Pierpont Road traffic signal, which the district has requested in the amount of $550,000. And so those are the TIP amendments that the policy board needs to act on, and so we respectfully request that the policy board authorize me to sign off on them, assuming we have no negative public comment.
I'll make that motion.
Moved in second. Any questions? All right, hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. I change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, people say, hey.
Hey. All right, the A's have it. Hey. I dated myself, didn't I?
Yeah,
That's the fun. That's not old.
We were just talking about age earlier.
If you don't think the Fonzie is old, you might be moving up there yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't make sense.
He saw it on, one of those real rerun shows.
It was called Naked Nights.
Me TV.
Me TV.
All right. Moving on, we're going to go to safety performance measures.
And we will ask Ms. Pete to do the presentation on the safety performance measures.
The safety performance target is a quantifiable level of performance or condition expressed as a value for the measure related to safety management activities to be achieved within a set period of time. MPOs must establish these safety performance targets within 180 days of the state DOT establishing and reporting the targets in the state Highway Safety Annual Report. Part of the MPO's federal funds are utilized for these targets. If you guys look at the table that's included in your agenda, it has the different ones, the values that we will be adopting. If you look at the vehicle miles traveled per million for the MPO area, that value would be 7.774. And then for the state, it would be 160.475. And the statewide ones are the ones outlined in red. Those values are much higher just because it's pulling from a bigger group of people. For fatalities, the number is 10.2 for the Morgantown area. For the state, it is 265.6 for the fatality rate. For the Morgantown area, it is 1.302. For the statewide performance measures, it is 1.657. For serious injuries, for the Morgantown area, it is 29.4. For the state, it is 783.0. Serious injury rate for the Morgantown area is 3.835. For the state, 4.891. And then bike and pedestrian fatal and serious injuries for the Morgantown area is 10.4. For the state, it is 81.2. And looking at this table, it is a little bit confusing. Everything in gray are the past performance measures. Those won't change. And everything in green are the actual finalized numbers. And we are asking the board to adopt the Morgantown values and the statewide ones.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any questions of Jackie before we? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thanks, Jackie. In your packet is also the 2026 meeting dates. Hopefully you have those. There's no need to approve those. No need. All right. That's FYI. And then next on the agenda is the list of obligated projects.
And these are all the projects that the state has obligated over the last year within our area. And we provide them to the public as an informational item. There's no reason or need for the policy board to adopt them. They're merely a statement of fact of what's been spent in the area.
All right, thanks, Bill. Next on the agenda is fiscal year 2026-2027 UPWP development.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is every year when we begin the process of developing our budget for the upcoming year. We ask our committees for input on projects and work they would like to see the MPO work on. And of course, as we're developing the budget, there are also personnel issues that come up that we need to discuss. And so at this time, I would like to request that we hold an executive session to discuss personnel issues as part of the UPWP development for next year.
I'll make that motion.
It's been moved. Second? And seconded to go in executive session. So I guess we'll approve, right? All those in favor? Opposed? All right. Thank you. All right, we're officially in executive session, so appreciate it. If we could...
Yeah, we can either go into the back room there, or we can ask Danny to put something up on the screen. We can do it either way.
Preference?
It might be easier to just leave the YouTube running and just walk back here.
Okay.
I don't,
This is
that's
your,
just my,
this is your house, so...
This is your head, you know better than us.
but it'll be snug, but you know, I like hanging out with you all, so it should be fine.
Okay.
All right.
All right, well.
Back in regular session. Appreciate y'all staying in the audience. Next on our other business, I would like to appoint a nominating committee for officers of the policy board. And I'm going to take liberty to suggest we have the executive committee, which is Maria Smith and Patricia Lewis, and myself on the nominating committee for officers next year. Can we have a motion for that?
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. All right, and now we're ready for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved in second. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much. Got a lot approved tonight and look forward to it coming forward.
Thank you. Yeah, it is.